Hey, hello people, this is Antoine from Ticos Minis, and I'm coming to you with a video a bit special today because today we are going to have a look at the entire collection of painted miniature of the studio Ticos Minis. So all of this is what I collected and painted during the past 20 and something years that I've been in this hobby. And the reason for that is because today, this means Monday 22nd of April, is the birthday of Ticos Minis as a thing, really. I created this, well, on the 22nd of April 2014. So it was 10 years ago, which means today Ticos Minis is 10 years old. So this, painting miniatures for people, has been my main job and only job for an entire decade. So considering I had no plan in mind to celebrate that, I thought, hell, why not just show you this? My entire collection, my little paradise. So let's get cracking and we are going at the door. Let's go. Alright, let's go. This is the door and we are opening the door to paradise. So this is where everything happens, and my little corner of paradise with the collection. Well, actually you will see this is part of the collection, and we are going to start here with the Horus Heresy collection that spans for 4 cabinets and 4 levels of these cabinets. So let's go, let's have a look. Here on the top shelf we've got my Iron Warrior army. This one, the last model I've painted for the Heresy of my own collection were for this army. A bit of reinforcement because I had a commission for some Iron Warriors, so I added here the Seekeran and a squad of the Breaches. Below that we've got my Thousand Sons, that were the first army I've collected for Horus Heresy. It was less than a year ago. So yes, these 4 armies were collected in less than a year. Here, below that, we've got the Alpha Legion. That I've painted because, well, I love this Legion and I was commissioned to paint some Alpha Legion, so I did the 2 at the same time. And below that we've got the last Horus Heresy army I've done for my own collection, which are the Space Wolves. Here. And this is the smallest of the all 30k collection. So here is the view of them all together. And, well, as I said, I collected them all for in less than 1 year, and I intend to add a lot more to that. Each army is between 3,500 and 5,000 point. The 5,000 between being for the Iron Warriors, which is the largest army of them all right now. So if we move here, we've got my only Age of Sigmar army, which is the Khorne Demon. Why did I collect these? Well, my buddy with whom I used to play 40k decided to stop 40k to move on to Age of Sigmar, and therefore I needed an army to play with him. And considering I had 3 STL files for the entire Khorne army, I went, well, I'm going to do that, print and paint an army quickly, and be ready to play with him. So I painted the entire army in less than a week. Below that, I'm going to open the door. We've got quite a few single models. In these, a few of them earned me some trophy on painting competitions, and some traveled with me on my motorcycles across Europe. So, for example, this in the background, we've got, well, a Scottish clanman, I assume, which came with me to the United Kingdom. So we did England, Scotland and Wales. And of course, during that time, we had a stop at Warhammer World, which, if you are near Nottingham, and didn't go there yet, you absolutely need to go there. Here we've got this little Athenian that did the entirety of the southern Europe, so we crossed Italy, Greece and all of the Balkans country, so in my backpack on my motorcycle. This one, a little a Viking, that went with me to Nordkapp in Norway. It's the northernmost point of Europe, actually. So we did the North countries and the Baltic countries. And this one in the front was supposed to come with me to Morocco past year, but unfortunately it didn't happen. But hopefully it will happen this year. Below that, we've got my oldest collecting army that I still have today, which is the Death Korps of Krieg. I started to collect these guys 15 years ago, I think, and I am still adding to the collection. The last time I did something was during the confinement. And I added all of the tanks for the army. But you will see a bit later in the video, I've got plenty of reinforcements I hope to add to it this year. Below that, we've got the tiny little Tomb Kings in 15mm that I've completed a few weeks ago. And over here, we've got... I'm going to open that. We've got some Imperial Fist at the Epic Armageddon or Legio Imperialis scale that I painted at the beginning of the year. Below that, we've got my Tau army. Over here, I've painted all of these guys a few years ago, and the whole army took me 2 weeks to paint. Here and below that again we've got some very old Necrons. And over there, I'm going to open, we've got the Fallout Wasteland Warfare board game that was released quite a few years ago that I bought and painted. Perfect timing considering there is now the TV show that went on air, but I didn't watch it yet. So then, moving on from Fallout, we've got these two happy little guys that are waiting for another river to be built, and 2 more Warhound to add to the first one that you are going to see in not too long. But we are going to move back on this side, because we've got one more little display over here, and on top of it there is this beautiful A Thunderhawk is getting a bit dusty. I'm going to have to wash it. But if we open this door, aside from the dust that is getting settled over here, we've got my Rohan army that is here on 2 shelves. So if I recall correctly, this is more than 120 riders totals that I've painted in a month 2 or 3 years ago, and that I still plan on adding more to it. I want to add more infantry and more riders. Down here on the very bottom we've got Necrons that are from the starter box that was released a few years ago. And that's it for this little shelf. So here we are going to move back over there, and here, and we are going to start with this one. So in here we've got this beautiful dragon, which is Kong the Implacable. This was a limited edition by Cool Mini or Not. They released a long time ago and re-edited still quite a long time ago again, and that I managed to get 1 copy for myself. And to model everything, so mostly the base and the overall vibe I wanted for it, I got inspired by The Witcher. This is why over here we've got a little Geralt of Rivia and a lot of Witcher stuff around. So I chose to quote-unquote recreate the part of the book in which Geralt befriends a golden dragon, Vilentrenermeth, something like that. Mine is not golden, he's green, but it was a Witcher-inspired piece. And this is a little gold medal this earned me on a Belgian painting contest. Down here we've got more individual characters. Quite a lot of them are video game inspired once again. So this one over here is a Fallout NCR Ranger. And this one has traveled too because it went to the USA with my brother and I when we toured the Natural Park of the West. So this one visited the actual places of Fallout New Vegas. It went to Good Springs, it went to Prime, I don't know how you say it. It went to the Hoover Dam, and it went also to Las Vegas, of course. Over there in the back we've got cyberpunk inspired piece, but I did that a long time before cyberpunk was released, because at the time I was hugely into synthwave. I still am, but this one is a Dovahkiin Dragonborn from Skyrim. Here we've got one that I painted as the Doom guy from Doom. Behind we've got another Geralt of Rivia from The Witcher. We've got Commander Shepard from Mass Effect. 2 little androids, cyborg. This one over there was inspired by Metro 2033. As much the video game as the book series. And there is a lot of things over there. But below that are my bust collection. So as you can see in the front we've got the Primarchs. I'm going to try to have them in focus here. So if you don't know this, every month I'm trying to print and paint one Primarch until they are all done, and Papa Emperor too. So right now I've got 6, 7, 8, 9. What? No, 8, 11. I've got 11 done. Because 3 are over here, but we'll move to that later. In the back, these two are inspired. These are busts I converted to reflect the wasteland, metro and stalker universe, because I absolutely love that. We've got some more historical things. We've got a toe, we've got some samurai ladies, we've got Garus Vakarian in the back, and lastly, at the very bottom, we've got my Primarchs army. So all of the model over here were in the Warhammer Conquest collection. So that's it in this cabinet, but we are going to move on to the other one. So in there we've got more Primarchs, because over here I've got no place left. I'm going to take Ferrus Manus, and move it out of the way. So we've got another dragon, also in piece inspired by The Witcher, because over here there is a little Cyrilla. I'm going to zoom on them. I was inspired by the part of the book when Cyrilla kills a baby wyvern in a marketplace in the middle of the city. Here in the back we've got one that was inspired by Dark Souls 3. And here we've got the bust of Boudica, Irish warrior lady. It's a beautiful bust by Fair Miniature, I think, and I've always loved it, and then got it and painted it. Down, we've got my Imperial Knight collection. So here we've got a big Porphyrion Knight. I absolutely love this thing, and I was so happy to get it. There is two little ones. Below we've got two regular knights as well as a lancer. And once again, at the very bottom we've got a castigator, and I think this is the Arcos knights, as well as 4 more little ones. So here we are going to go back on top. And we can now put Ferrus Manus here back inside and close the door. So that's it for this part. We've done all of this. So now we are going to move on over here, and I'm taking the light with me. Here. Let there be light. And we are going to open the door. So in there we've got this little Lady of the Wood. That is a bust printed and painted, and with a feather of our peacock. And then we've got lots of little busts that I use to actually train for painting. I'm training to figuring out where to put the lights and shadows on faces, as well as different colors to use. Yeah, I broke this one when I was doing the French video. So, what are these things? So, these are painting trophies. Hello! From a painting competition on Facebook. It was on the heavier metal
painting group that was a very large international group of painters that almost every year they ran a big painting competition that they called the Headbanger competition. It was really big and really fun, and considering the quality of the paint jobs of the people who take part in this, I am still surprised I managed to get that much over there, including these 2 gold medals. Here I've got also a few Army on Parade trophies. There should be one more, but this year the Games Workshop manager in which I took part of the competition was so invested in that he lost the little medal. So instead of 3, there are only 2. One was for the Death Korps army, one was for a commissioned Mechanicus army, and the last one was for a demon army that I was commissioned to paint too. So below that, we've got the Horizon Zero Dawn collection. I have never played the game. Well, the video game, yes, but the tabletop game, I've never played it. I don't plan on playing it, I don't think, ever, but I absolutely love this universe. I love the design of what I call the Dinobots, and therefore I wanted to paint them. And when the game came out, I participated to the Kickstarter. Below that, we've got this. So this was... they were STL files, so 3D files to print, made by the group of sculptor Lord of the Print. And when I saw that, it reminded me so much of Bloodborne, the video game, that is a game I absolutely love and I'm replaying at the moment. I just needed to back the Patreon of the month to get the file, print everything and then paint everything in the, well, Bloodborne colors and vibes. So this is that. And below here is a little Warhound Titan that is waiting for 2 more to be built and rejoin these 2 over there. But yeah, over here is the workplace, and if you are following here in the corner Ticos Weeklies, the YouTube channel in which I update every week about what happens at the studio, you know that right now I am working on some Leagues of Votan that I am commissioned to paint, and here are some little tiny 15mm Bretonian that I'm doing in the evenings for my own collection, because I am now collecting most of the armies of Old World in this little scale that is really fun. Here is the rest of the Bretonian army, and yes, we are going to move on to the next thing. And sorry for the light, the next thing is over there. So this is my... you come here. This is my Osgiliath gaming board that I built a few years ago. This is entirely insulation foam. So I did everything by myself. It took 6 months to build the entire board. Just to give you an idea, see all of the little bricks and rocks. Just to sculpt all of that on the entire board, it took me... well, I was able to watch the entirety of Breaking Bad while doing that. So I let you imagine the time it took. So on top of the board, now. We've got a little part of my Mordor army. So we've got some beasts of Gorgoroth, I've got 2 of those, and a lot of trolls. And the remaining of the army is over there, on this table, while I'm working on everything. So we've got about 400 orcs. Almost everyone is painted over there. It's a mix of Medbury miniatures, Daval games, and here we've got some Quartermaster 3Ds. And some, let me find one. Over there, I've got one. Some old Games Workshop models. Then, in here, we've got my Gondor army. So we are going to have a look at that. Here we've got Minas Tirith. So we've got a lot of warriors in armor. Most of that are 3D printed once again, and the files were from Medbury Miniatures. Unfortunately, he got these files nuked, so it's impossible to get them anymore. But if you are interested in 3D files for Minas Tirith, Daval Games are doing some fantastic ones at the moment, so you can look into that. On this side, we've got the Rangers. So here we've got one shelf, we've got a second shelf, and over there are some fiefdom, and these are the Dolamroth Knights. So in there, the Dolamroth are from Quartermaster 3D, and the Rangers are a mix of Medbury's and Daval games once again. We've got one more shelf of Minas Tirith warrior over there, with some Guard of the Fontaine, Guard of the Citadel, and some trebuchet. And one last shelf. Here are some terrains from Warhammer Conquest. So that is that. Then here, unfortunately, I've got I've got almost no light coming, so we can't see them too well. But there is one more army of Space Marines. So we've got bikes with some Overcraft bikes, some more, and here we've got Fire Raptors, Speeders, and Assault Marines. So here some more of Osgiliath, with what will become some Nazguls. And here is the corner in which I stock most things. So we've got some beautiful terrains over here that are 3D printed and painted by yours truly, once again. And here is where I put the waiting commissions. So we've got some vampire counts at the moment. Below that we've got I don't remember what is in this box. Well, we've got a box of things. Here we've got some clones for Star Wars. We've got some Dolamroth Knights. This box is a lot of here. A lot of Death Corps I 3D printed to add to my army. That is what I mentioned earlier. We've got some more Death Corps tanks and a few little things here and there. Look at that. Ooh, Forge World. And yes, well, that's it really. Okay, so that's it. This is my collection as it is at the April 22nd of 2024. So yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed seeing all of that.
It is my little corner of paradise, as I said. It took me a lot of time to collection and paint all of this, and I have to say I'm quite proud of it all. Most of it has been painted during the past 2 years, since I've got my 3D printer, really, because before that it was out of my price range, let's say. I'm now going to leave you with that. I thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you are interested, I've got a second YouTube channel regarding Ticos Minis, on which every Sunday I upload a little update of everything I've done during the week. So if you want, you can go check it out over here or over here. It's called Ticos Weekly. And yeah, you can go check it out. And aside from that, you can find me on every places, so Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and every places I am Ticos Minis. So do of that what you want. So that's it. Once again, I thank you, and see you later. Ticos out.